Good morning and welcome to our 30-minute lunchtime yoga class. So taking a moment to just settle in here, coming to a seated position that works for your body. Sitting on the edge of a folded blanket, just like I am, or sitting with your legs out in front of you, feeling that base of the body just releasing downward. Taking that moment to just settle in here. So taking a nice long deep breath as well. And on that exhale, just letting go. Letting go of the neck and the shoulders. Deep breath in through the nose, down into the belly. Exhaling from that belly back through the nose. Taking in a few more breaths like that. Breathing in through the nose, down into the abdomen, letting the abdomen expand, receiving that breath. And on the exhale, letting the belly button just fall back towards your spine. Taking this moment to enjoy sinking into the breath. Sometimes as we go throughout our day, we often forget to even notice our breath. It's just this involuntary action that happens in our body without us having to be conscious of. And it's really nice when we begin to draw awareness back to our breath, cultivating a deeper breath than we would normally be breathing. So continue a few more moments here. You can even close your eyes. Feeling that breath, the cooler air coming into the abdomen, exhaling a little warmer air coming up through the nose. Keep your spine nice and long here. Maybe even drawing the base of the skull back a little more in line with that sacrum. Deep belly breath. We're going to transition those breaths into our three-part yogic breath. So breathing into the belly, the ribs, the collarbones, and then exhaling from the belly and the ribs and the collarbones. And just with this breath, imagining we're creating more space through the body. Those areas that were tight from maybe sitting at our desks or driving or doing any activities today, just imagining that breath opening up all those areas that are tight, the shoulder joints, the hip joints, creating more space. And as you sit with your breath, feel your body, feel how it responds to the deepening of your breath. Let go of your morning, let go of the rest of your day, let go of your week. Taking your hands gently to your heart center, let the shoulders continue to relax away from the ears, the thumbs gently pressing into the sternum. Notice if you're still rounding a little in the upper back and just begin to lift a little more. Shoulder blades slide down the back a little more. Keep breathing. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, the collarbones, and then exhaling from the belly and the ribs and the collarbones. Good, and we're just going to start our short little practice with the sound of Om. So taking in a nice long, deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth, release any sound. Good. Inhaling for Om. Bowing the head, just letting the body receive that sound. And releasing the hands down. Just take a moment to circle the shoulders up and back and down, breathing into them. Good. And then reversing direction, back and up and forward. Beginning to work those kinks out. Maybe do the right shoulder and then the left shoulder, alternating, just seeing how that feels. Good. And then up and back and down. Let those shoulders rest away from the ears. Drop the chin toward the chest, but keep the spine nice and long. Do not round here at all. And just begin to take that right ear toward the right shoulder. Exhale the head down through the center. Inhaling left ear towards left shoulder. You're just letting the head swing as you exhale down through the center. Inhaling up to that right, keep the shoulders relaxed. Exhale down through the center. Over to the left. Good. Exhale down through the center. Inhaling up to the right. And just gently take your right hand out to the side, swinging that up. Let the hand, that right hand, gently rest on the side of your head. You're not pulling the head down at all. You're just letting the weight of your arm rest there. Breathing into that left side of the neck, the left shoulder. Releasing tension. Sometimes it feels good to kind of nod your head a little forward and back. And then just take that right arm up to the sky, stretch that out, let the chin come down through the center. Inhaling the head over to the left. Sweeping that left arm up beside you, letting that hand just rest on the side of your head. And again, we're not pulling the head down, just the weight of our arm, the weight of our hand resting there. Breathing space into that right side of the neck. And as always, if you want, just a little gentle nod back and forth. Breathing more space into the neck. Good. And then just letting that arm come up, circle down, let the chin come down through the center. Inhale, lift up that chin, coming back up to neutral. Sitting here for just another moment. Let's just take the arms up nice and long, inhaling them all the way up. Good. And then we're going to exhale our hands down and give yourself a hug. Coming into just a little gentle eagle arms to begin to open up our body a little more. Staying here if you want, or taking the backs of the hands together or the palms of the hands. Lifting the elbows up to the level of your shoulders. Take a deep breath in here. On our exhale, we're going to curl the tailbone under and roll down the spine, letting the head come down. Inhale, push firmly into your legs, lifting all the way back up. Exhaling, rolling back down again, opening the spine a little here too. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rolling back down. Good. Inhaling and exhaling and just wiggling the torso around, exploring with the arms and eagle arms. Breathe into the shoulders. Wiggle that torso around. Play with where you're feeling tight and tension and breathe into those areas. Letting go of that tension and tightness. Good. Come into center. If you've been wiggling and moving, push firmly into those legs as you inhale, lifting that torso back up. Great. Exhaling, release the arms. Reaching back up again, nice and long. Exhale, arms down, left arm under the right. This time, give yourself a hug. Good. Deep breath in here. out. Taking the backs of the hands together or the palms, or keeping your arms in that hug position. Go ahead and take the elbows up to the level of your shoulders. Shoulder blades draw toward the spine. Lifting as you inhale, as you push into your base. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, around the back, and let the torso come forward. Inhale, rolling up that spine. Exhaling, rolling back down. Inhale, moving up one more. Exhaling down. And then inhaling and exhaling and moving the body around. Again, playing with the tightness you may encounter in your body, maybe in the low back, maybe kind of in the flank area. That's where I often feel this stretching. Sometimes in the hips. Keep those legs active. Keep pushing them down, even if you're sitting with your legs out straight. Breathing. Back to center. Push firmly into your base, rolling on the spine, up the spine on an inhale. And exhale, releasing those arms down. Reach up nice and long and tall one more time. Good. And exhaling, arms down by our side. We're going to make our way up onto our hands for a second, and then just curl the toes under, and we're going to rock back and forth. Just opening up those ankles a little bit, release those feet. You don't get as much attention as they sometimes should. We're just rocking back and forth on them. If some of you might not be able to be as low as I am, if you do this with your hips up a little higher, that's fine. We're going to also come into Malasana. So I like to keep my heels on a folded blanket here. I don't want your heels just hanging out in space. You need to have support. So if your feet cannot come to the floor in this pose, then have that edge of that blanket under your heels at the height that works for you. Take your feet out a little wider than hips. Your feet can turn out to the side slightly. Take your elbows inside your knees. Lengthen through the spine. Press your hands together. Take a few deep breaths here. This is so good at releasing that low back. If you have any low back tightness, it's so great for lots of things. Deep breathing here in Malasana. Lengthening through that spine. One more breath. Good. And then release the hands. Take the hands to the floor. You can kind of heel toe your feet to a hip width distance and let your torso just hang. Release the spine. Coming into forward fold. Hold opposite elbows if you want. Continue to breathe. Take a little more weight toward the balls of your feet, but still stretch out through that heel, pressing that heel out behind you. Releasing your head and neck. And then from here, coming up to our flat back. If you have a blanket on your mat, just kind of toss that to the side. So feet are hip width apart still, coming up to our flat back and stretching with our hands on the thighs or the lower legs, or maybe even all the way to the floor. But what I want you to do is firmly draw those shoulder blades in toward the spine. Stretch the sits bones or the tailbone out behind you. And see how much you can stretch long out through that sternum and then out through the crown of the head. Your chin should be neutral. And just breathe here. And then exhale back into your forward fold. Good. Inhaling back to our flat back. Arms out in T position off our shoulders. Press into your feet. Lift it up and out of the waist as you lift all the way up. Hands overhead. We're going to drop the left hand down by our side. Reaching up through the right hand, we're going to just tip the body towards the left, opening that right side. Breathe through the right side of the body. Good. Inhaling, taking the left hand back to the ceiling. Dropping the right hand down by our side. Leaning to the right. Keep your weight even in both feet. Breathe through that whole left side of the body, increasing the space there. Feeling the rib cage even expand on an inhale. And exhale, softening. Good. Come back up on your next inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. We're just going to flow through half sun salutation here, warming the body just a little bit more. Keep your feet hip distance, or you can bring them together if that's what you're used to practicing. I want you to just take a moment to line the second toe up with the center of the ankle. I lift my toes and I like to really press down through the mound of the big toe on both feet, the mound of the little toe, and then the center of the heel. So finding those 3 points, toes lifted, just kind of elongating the flesh, the skin on the bottom of the foot, and then let the toes rest. Try not to grip them into the floor. Keep the thigh muscles nice and active and strong. Our tailbone is neutral, reaching down toward the floor, but not scooping under. Lengthen more through that spine. Keep that length, arms by your side. Crown of the head is reaching up. And if you have a tendency to draw your head forward, we often do when we're sitting on computers for long amounts of time, bring the base of the skull back more in line with your sacrum. So just drawing that back. So just pulling the head back, not tipping the head back. Take a deep breath in here and out in your Samastahiti. Mountain pose of stillness. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up with palms forward, and exhale into your forward fold. Inhale up into our flat back, and exhale back down. Inhaling, we're gonna bend the knees. Utkatasana or chair pose. Sink into your legs, sink into your heels. Arms can be in front of you. If you have low back issues at all, keep your hands here. Otherwise, take them up, breathe, exhale, sink into your legs, and then inhale all the way up again, arms by our side. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, palms reach up, gentle back bend, engaging your glutes. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale to your flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, Utkatasana. Exhale, sink a little more. Inhale up. Exhale, arms by our side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, palms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, Utkatasana, exhale, sink. Inhale, hands to heart. And then exhale, left elbow, right elbow outside the left knee. Keep the knees in the same plane. Sometimes one of those knees likes to sneak out in front of the other. Deep breath in here, lengthen. Exhale, sink into your twist. One more breath. Good, and then exhale back to center. Inhale, left elbow outside the left knee. Same thing on the other side. 3 deep breaths in and out. Good. And then go ahead and exhale into forward fold. You're gonna inhale, bend the knees. You're gonna step back with that right foot. Bring the right knee to the floor. If you want to have a blanket under that knee, feel free. Just coming into a little Anjaneyasana here. Breathing into the front of that right hip flexor. Sink into your legs. Good. If you feel steady here, feel free to take your hands to heart. Breathing. And then taking the arms all the way up. Open through the chest. Deep breath in. Breathing into those hips. Good. Take the arms behind you. Clasp the hands, reach them down, open through the chest a little bit more. Good, exhaling. One more breath. And exhale, release. We're gonna take a moment to take your hands back to the floor. Straighten that left leg out on the foot floor. Bring the toes back toward the shin. So now we're in Hanumanasana, but not fully, just kind of prep for that. So drawing the left hip back, that right hip forward, keep the hips as square to the front of the mat as you can. If you have blocks handy and you want to use those to put under your hands, feel free. Otherwise, just lengthen through the spine. Keep the torso coming toward the left leg, breathing into the back of that left leg. Good. Drawing that foot back towards you. Go ahead and step forward into your forward fold again. Let the torso hang. Breathing. Here, just taking another moment, let go of the head and the neck a little more. Often you're still holding a little bit in that neck and shoulders. Soften just that little bit more. Good. From here, hands to floor, bend the knees. We're going to step back with the left leg this time, taking that left knee to the floor, to a folded blanket if you want. Anjaneyasana on this side, low lunge warrior. Sink into your legs. Breathe into the front of that left hip. Now here, keeping the pelvis facing forward as much as you can. Try to keep that knee over the heel, that front knee. Hands can come to heart, breathing, staying open in the chest. Arms can reach up. Breathe deeply through the front of the body. Arms behind you. Clasp your hands, reaching down to the floor. Deep breath in and out. Reaching those hands down. Breathing deeply. And go ahead and release the hands to the floor. Slide that right foot forward. Draw the toes toward the shin. Keeping your hands on some blocks if you need to, or just right beside you. Draw that right hip back, left hip forward a little more. Keep the spine elongating as you kind of draw the torso towards that leg. Breathing into the back of the right leg. Good, and then drawing that leg back. All right, coming back to table. Let's just do a little balancing table here. You can have your knees on a folded blanket if you want, hands under your shoulders. Go ahead and lift the left leg up, point through that left heel. Keep your pelvis square with the floor, so try not to roll that hip open right now. And then from here, gaze at the floor. Keep a nice long spine. Take the right arm out, turn the palm in to face toward the head, and just kind of stretch from that back heel out through the right fingertips. But try not to let the belly kind of puff out toward the floor. Draw your belly button kind of in and up. Keep your core nicely engaged here. Breathe, keep pushing down through the left hand, the right knee. Good, releasing the hand and the knee to the floor. Doing the same on the other side. Stretch that right leg out, push into that heel, pushing it into an imaginary wall. Belly button in and up. Our pelvis is square. Try not to roll that hip open. Take that left arm alongside the temple. Palm is rolled in toward the head. Breathe as you stretch from the right heel up through the left fingers. Right hand is steady on the floor. Good, and then drawing those hand and knee back. Take the hands about one hand length in front of you and stretch those hips back. Just breathing into the back of the body. And then we're just going to make our way onto our backs. And just do a little fish pose, Matsyasana. So keep a blanket under if you'd like. You're going to have to keep your knees bent for just a moment. Roll up, take your hands with palms down underneath your buttocks or your upper thigh, wherever your arm lands, and the same with the other side. I'm trying to wiggle our forearms toward each other. Then go ahead and straighten your legs out underneath of you. Point your toes up to the ceiling. Now walk the shoulders underneath of you, just like we do when we do bridge pose or Satya Bandhasana. So right here, we're gonna push into our forearms, which lifts the torso up. Look at your feet and then tip the head back gently. Going to rest on the top of your head wherever you comfortably can. Keep opening through that front of the chest, deep breathing. And then you can just let the elbows walk out beside you. Let the back of the head come to the floor. Take your hands and interlace them underneath the base of your skull. Now we want to lift the head up with just the hands, not the neck muscle. So really use those arms, lift the head up and just turn the head a little side to side. Just releasing any tension that may have built in that pose. Okay, from here, we're gonna just come into our supine twist. I'm moving a little bit more up on my mat. Straighten the left leg out on the floor. Keep the right knee bent. Move your hips a little to the right. Roll onto the left hip. Guide that bent right knee to the left. Keep this right shoulder touching the floor. Don't let it roll off. Keep that right arm off your shoulder. You can have the palm up or down. Feels a little different each way, so finding what works for you. Drawing that knee over, I guide it with my left hand, and I tuck the right toes behind that left knee just to stabilize that. From here, just notice whether you're arching in your low back a lot. See if you can send that tailbone down towards that foot, and we're drawing that right hip away from the right shoulder. Deep breathing here. And exhaling onto your back. I think this is one of my favorites. I love twist. Stretch that right leg out, keep the left knee bent, move the hips a little bit over to the left, roll onto that right hip, guiding the bent left knee now to the right, keeping the left shoulder in contact with the floor. That arm can come off your shoulder in T position, palm is up or down. Turning your head if you want to look at the left hand. Check in with your tailbone, make sure you're not overarching that low back. And breathe throughout the spine in this twist. Still drawing that breath down into the belly, filling the ribs, the collarbones, and exhaling belly, ribs, and collarbones. Good. Rolling onto your back. Move your hips into center, hug the knees in, just give yourself a nice little squeeze, release that low back. And then from this position, stretch those legs out on the floor on your mat. Take them to the edges of your mat, let the arms roll to the side. You can also take your hands and just rest them on your belly if you'd like. Rock your head a little side to side. If you have an eye pillow, feel free to grab your eye pillow and put that on your eyes. Just relaxing. Get the shoulder blades underneath of you if you can, kind of walking them under you. Deep breath in here to the belly. And exhale through the mouth. Take in one more deep breath. And exhaling. Softening here. Just breathing. Letting the body breathe however it needs to breathe without you having to consciously think about it anymore. Continuing there in Shavasana for a few more moments. I'm going to read a verse to you from the Radiant Sutras. So this is verse 89 of the Radiant Sutras. You are stunned, powerless. You thought you knew what was going on. Now you realize you don't have a clue. You are stopped in your tracks. Everything within your skin is shaking. Enter the shaking. Get curious. Look around inside with wonder. Unmind your mind. All the walls have fallen down. Go ahead and dissolve. The one who has always been, who has seen much worse than this, is still here. Staying with your stillness, letting the mind unmind. Continuing in your Shavasana if you have the time and you want to stay there in your mat. Otherwise, inviting that breath to be a little deeper again. Allowing the body a little gentle movement, slowly drawing you back to this place on your mat. Taking a moment to roll to your right side. And then making your way back to your seated position. Resting on your base again, legs in front of you or crossed. Spine lengthening and lifting out of that steady and firm base. Hands at heart. Deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale for one Om. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you live with ease and grace every day. Namaste. Thank you very much.